Hi there, Kendra Tolbert here. I'm a registered dietitian and yoga teacher, and I specialize in women's health and fertility. And typically on this channel, I share yoga, nutrition, and other lifestyle related videos to help you optimize your fertility and support your overall well-being. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a bit of a channel update, preconception preparation series update, and life update. So let's dive right into it. So if you are not new to this channel and you've been following along regularly, then you may have noticed that I didn't upload quite as much in March as I typically do. I posted maybe 3 videos instead of weekly videos, so that would have been 5 videos last month. And that was because March was a busy month for me. It was actually my birthday month, so there goes the life update. I am now 37, y'all. Yay! And I like it. And it was just a busy beginning of the year, so I gave myself full permission and a bit of a birthday gift to slow down. That was the gift that I gave myself. I gave myself permission to slow down and rest a bit. So that's what I did, and that's why you didn't see as many videos here. But more videos are definitely coming. We're going to pick back up with our preconception preparation series. So let's dive into those preconception preparation series updates. So for the month of April, we're going to be focused in on nutrition for fertility. And if you know anything about how I approach fertility nutrition, you know that I don't talk about restriction, you know that I don't talk about weight loss, but I do talk a lot about pleasure and culture. So I'm going to continue to do that. And I got the best book to support that idea or those ideas and those principles that are so important to me when it comes to talking about fertility nutrition. So I'm going to show you the book. Okay. So it's called Eating from Our Roots, and it's by Maya Feller, and she is a fellow dietitian, and she has inspired me for so much of my career. So I was so excited when her publisher reached out and asked if I wanted a free copy of the book. And it has really reinvigorated my passion for cultural cooking. The subtitle, I think that's what that's called, of the book is 80 plus healthy home-cooked favorites from cultures around the world. I think we need to talk a little bit more often about how nutrition is often, I don't know how to say this delicately, whitewashed? Eee, right? Okay, now, please don't come for my neck. Just don't. But there is this idea that there's one right way of eating, and it tends to be very Americanized or Europeanized, and that's just not the truth, right? Like, that's not the only way to eat. It's a wonderful way to eat, but it's not the only way to eat. And people don't have to give up their cultural cuisines and foods and traditions in order to support their fertility or in order to support their overall health. And so the series that we're going to continue, the preconception preparation series, but kind of the sub-series of nutrition within that, is really going to be focused in on this idea that you can continue to eat the foods that are so important to your history and to your culture and support your fertility. You don't have to adopt one particular way of eating. You may take principles from those particular ways of eating, but you can then adapt it to your way of eating. So we're gonna do some recipes, some cooking demos, all around that. And I'm going to reintroduce you, because I definitely talked about it on the channel before, to the Live Fertile nutrition principles. And so these are principles that are based in my own clinical experience as a registered dietitian and 3 science-backed eating patterns that have been found to reduce the risk of infertility and increase the chances of conceiving, along with this idea of the importance of pleasure, connection, and culture when it comes to nutrition. So I'm super excited for this part of the series because it's going to provide an opportunity for me to explore something that's really important, but I probably don't talk about nearly enough. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So that is what's coming up next in the preconception preparation series. Now, a bit of an update of what was happening in January and February and March that led me to think it was time to pull back a bit on the channel so that I could rest and rejuvenate. Yes, rejuvenate. That's the word I'm looking for. So in January and February, I did a 6-week virtual fertility yoga series. And it was so much fun because I actually had the chance to see some of your beautiful faces and hear your lovely voices and get to know more about what you're experiencing. And one person shared with me something that was really important for me to hear and know. And that was that she had been following the channel for quite some time, but had never liked or subscribed or commented because she wanted to keep her fertility experience private, because you never know who's watching, you never know who's reading the comments. And I think I forget that sometimes, that there are tons of people out there who are actually benefiting from the content, who are consuming the content, but they're not comfortable sharing about, how they're doing in the comment section when I ask. So I just needed to hear that because it's easy to feel like, oh, no one's listening. And that can be a little demoralizing. So it was really lovely to be reminded that there are people who are out there and choosing to remain private, which I totally respect, because nothing is private on the internet. So I respect that people want to keep parts of their lives private, but know that even if you never comment or like or subscribe, I'm grateful that you are here and that I am rooting for you. Like, seriously, I am rooting for you. So we did that 6-week series. And then in March, I did a virtual mini retreat, which was so much fun. We had tea together, we journaled together, we shared, we practiced yoga together. And I loved doing that, and I definitely want to do more live virtual classes and retreats. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to sign up to my newsletter. You'll find the link to my newsletter in the description box below. And if you want to practice along to the 6-week series and the mini virtual retreat that I did, you can still purchase access to those classes. I'll make sure to link to that down below. I packaged them all together so that you would have access to them if that's something that you'd like, especially if you're looking for longer practices than what I typically share here, because these are 45 minutes to an hour long. So I know some people are looking for more than 15 to 30 minutes. And if that's what you're looking for, you will find them on my website. Along with the mini virtual retreat and the 6-week series, I have also included the 5-minute fertility yoga guide and the PCOS yoga guide. So you get all of that if you decide to purchase access to those classes and to that mini virtual retreat. So yeah, that's what I was up to then. And I've also, well, that was more so in January, I also created some I think they were great. Maybe I should call them great. Maybe I should wait for someone else to tell me they were pretty good. Videos for FullWell Fertility and their new Knowledge Well. So there's an endometriosis yoga video up there. There are, I believe, 2 fertility yoga videos up there. So make sure that you are watching those videos as well if you've been wanting some new fertility yoga or endometriosis yoga videos. They have been going live, just not here on my channel. They've been up on Knowledge Well, which I will also link to down below. All right, so I think that's it. I think I've updated you on everything. If I think of something else, I'll come back. I will tell you anything else that I think is important for you to know. In the meantime, hang out at the channel, look around. There's tons of videos here. There might be some things that you've been curious about that I've actually already covered. I just did a Q&A last week, and so I answered a ton of questions about fertility nutrition, PCOS nutrition, and AMH and A-quality nutrition. So I talked all about those sorts of things. So if those are things that you want to learn more about, there are videos coming on those specific topics. I already have videos on those specific topics, and I briefly answered questions about those in the Q&A as well, which I'll also link down in the description box below. Okay, so I will see you next week when we start the Preconception Nutrition Fertility subseries within the Preconception Preparation series that I hope you've been enjoying. Definitely check out some of the older videos that are in this series. I've had tons of fun with this series, so it's good to be diving back into it. I hope that your April is off to a good start. I want you to be well, so be well, and bye for now.